Okay, hello everyone, welcome to the new video. So in this video, we are going to discuss the latest Hexaware recruitment pattern and the syllabus. Now, before starting this video, I want to tell you whatever, so I have seen 6-7 websites over the internet. The pattern given of Hexaware on all of these websites is wrong. Whatever students know before watching this video about Hexaware recruitment process or syllabus is wrong. I have also seen a few videos being uploaded on YouTube, and those YouTube videos are nothing but a slide recording of the recruitment pattern that was given on Prep-Insta. And what was given on Prep-Insta was the last year's recruitment pattern of Hexaware. Now, I feel very sad that some of these companies are also doing this thing. Is that they do not know anything about the recruitment process, and then they are kind of selling online classes for 199, 299, mock tests for 400, 500. I'm not sure how you can do that. You do not even know the pattern about any particular company's recruitment process, and you're selling the online classes or selling the recruitment test. Now, this is ethically wrong. First of all, the whole pattern is wrong. We are going to discuss the right pattern in the same video. Second thing is, I would also like to highlight the ethics of what we follow at Prep-Insta here. We only make any prime video courses or any prime mock courses, which were earlier called as paid material and online classes, only when we are 100% sure that, okay, this would be helpful for the students. We know everything that is there to be known about the recruitment process and the previous year papers and the pattern of the company. Else we do not. We skipped upon a complete chance to create any YouTube video for Goldman Sachs, any online course for Goldman Sachs. The reason being, we did not know the pattern. And yes, we were like, the students' trust is more important for us than selling then some small amount of money, right? So I'd like to tell you that, okay, first of all, make sure that you watch this video completely. Second of all, I would recommend people to know who to trust and who not to trust, right? That's pretty much all I can say. So let's start discussing and coming back to a very gentler note. Let's go back and start discussing the Hexaware recruitment process, which has changed completely. Also, the information on Prep-Insta's website is still wrong. So don't refer the website as of now, because it takes for us 3 to 4 days to, recreate or change the whole pattern, change whole the mock test. But again, it takes for us about 7-8 hours to make a video. So, we are making a video for you first, right? So let's go ahead. Okay, so I have here the mail regarding the latest and updated process of Hexaware, and I'm sure this is a mail that only Prep-Insta has, and nobody else would have it. After this video, I'm sure that this would be updated on various different websites. So let's go ahead and understand, right? So the first one, you would be having your pre-placement talk, as the company says, and it would be for 30 minutes. It would be hosted on WebEx platform, because internally Hexaware uses WebEx instead of Skype to conduct online meetings. Then there would be an aptitude test that would be conducted on firstnaukri.com. So now a lot of people were saying that, okay, there are 60 questions and 60 minutes in the aptitude, and 30 questions and 30 minutes in the technical section. Wrong. We would have displayed an image saying wrong syllabus and pattern earlier, right? Online aptitude test on First Naukri, which is for 50 minutes. So number of questions here are unknown. Even we'll not dare to say what are the correct numbers until and unless we have not seen the actual video. So the number of questions, I assume, would be 15 for logical, quants and English. There would be a little data interpretation also, which I would say that it would be a part of your quantitative aptitude itself, right? Now, it is hosted on First Naukri. The second one, you would be having your coding assessment. Now, your coding assessment would be on a platform called as DoSelect, right? Now, the duration of the test, of your coding test, would be 75 minutes. So, your written test was on First Naukri. Your coding test is on DoSelect. 75 minutes is the time. Number of questions unknown. But however, from my point of view, I assume that there would be 2 to 3 questions. One would be a little difficult. If there's second question, then it would be a little easier. And if there's additionally the last question, then it's going to be very easy, right? So you would have 75 minutes to solve the coding assessment. The languages are unknown, but I assume that C, C++, Python, Java, at least these 4 languages 100% would be there. No company would dare to launch any coding assessment without any these 4 languages, right? Then you would be having your behavioral competency profiling. I too much Capgemini in my head. You would be having your behavioral test, right? Which would be again hosted on First Naukri. The time given to you would be 25 minutes. I suspect that the number of questions in the behavioral test would be 50 or 60. Now, we'll talk a little more about in detail about each of these sections a little later. Don't worry about that. Then you would be having your communication test. Now, this is not the Versant test. If somebody is telling you Versant test is going to be there, again, they have copied information from Prepinsta's website, right? Communication test is very different than Versant test. It's not even an MCQ round of such. It's not even like you have to speak something. It's something completely different. We'll talk about that later part in the video. This test is going to be conducted by Metal. So now, First Naukri, DoSelect and Metal. So there are 3 vendors there, right? 60 minutes is the time limit for communication test. Then you would be having your learning agility test. Your learning agility test, again, it would be 60 minutes. It would be hosted on Metal. We'll talk a little more about learning agility later part in the video. Then again, there would be 2 interviews, technical interviews. The first technical interview would be hosted on MS Teams, Microsoft Teams. I am sure that a lot of you would have used Teams. We used to use Teams earlier. Now we don't use it because it is very slow and doesn't work. We use Slack internally, right? So again, 30 minutes for the first technical interview. Then there would be an additional second technical interview which would last for 20 minutes as per what company says. So this is not Prepinsta telling you that we expect that okay 30 minutes or 20 minutes it would be lasting. This is official information from the company, right? 30 minutes and 20 minutes, 2 interviews technical, and then there's an HR discussion. They're not saying HR interview, they're saying HR discussion. So I'm not sure what do they mean. Maybe they mean that okay, just want to check profiling fit. That they mean if you've cleared the first 2 rounds, then 90% of the people will clear the HR round. So that is probably what they mean to say. Then again, 15 minutes hosted on MS Teams, right? So this is the pattern. My team would display like a table side by side so that you can take understand the pattern. You can take a screenshot of the video, share it with your friends, share the pattern that would be on the probably right hand side of mine, right? So you can take a screenshot of it, share it with your friends, share it with your TPOs, wherever. So this is the latest information, even your TPOs will not have it, right? So let's go ahead and I'll start explaining each of the section in detail now. Okay, so guys, what we have decided, I'm going to tell you a little bit more detail into for each and everything, because communication test is a little different, learning agility is a little different. So I'm going to tell you a little detail about each of these sections now. Also, what we've decided is, as of now, we've decided that we are not going to launch any Prime Video courses or Prime mock courses. However, we will be launching a free mock test for all of you in the next 1 or 2 days. So, if you want to go ahead with that free mock test, and again, the reason why we are launching that free mock test is because we do not have the previous exam pattern, because the exam with the latest pattern is happening for the first time, right? But we will try to create a similar type of syllabus for you, because we've not seen it actually happening. So we are not sure and we don't want to take any money from you. But we'll try to create a similar pattern syllabus and a mock test for you, and we want to give it to you for free completely. So what you'll have to do is, this would only be there for the people who are in our WhatsApp community. So there would be a link to our WhatsApp group. And Instagram and LinkedIn and Telegram as well. So you make sure that you join our WhatsApp community. We will be sharing the mock test in a few days, maybe 1 day or 2 days. Maybe people who would be watching this video 3 months from now, 6 months from now, 10 months from now, then by that time we would have launched the Prime Video course as well in the meantime. So make sure that then you can buy it. It's just like 4 or 5 days after this video when the exam is going to happen. So we do not know anything about it, but we may know a huge lot about the exam in the future. So we may launch a Prime Video course later. So you can buy the Prime Video courses later. The link to that would be in the description of the video. So let's again start with the online aptitude test. So I'm not sure what is the syllabus of the online aptitude test. We know that First Naukri, what is the syllabus of First Naukri, but since I wanted to shoot this video very quickly, so I did not note all the syllabus for it. What my team will do, they will pause me as a frame, and then they will show you the syllabus for quants, logical and English for First Naukri. Right. So now they would have shown it to you. Maybe you would have taken a screenshot of the same properly. Now the second part of it is the coding assessment. Now, so in the coding assessment, again 75 minutes, 3 to 4 questions. My team will also share a few coding questions for DoSelect that were asked previously in the same WhatsApp group in the coming few days. So make sure that you join the WhatsApp group. I think rather than showing the questions in the video, it would be more better that we give it to you in the WhatsApp group so that you can practice more, right? Then again, so there is behavioral test. Now, behavioral test would be on First Naukri. There would be 25 minutes and then 60 questions. It's like agree, strongly agree, disagree. All of those type of questions are there. So, you can check the behavioral test as well, right?
A teacher, who is able to communicate well with students, can inspire them to learn and participate in class. Workplace communication can be improved by participating in a facilitated workshop. A workshop A teacher, who is able to communicate well with students, can inspire them to learn and
Now, this communication test. So now, if I am to tell you about the communication test, so my team would pause me and then would show you a few example of communication test. So communication test is not version test. You don't have to speak anything. Your clarity of voice would not be there. Anybody who's saying version test, wrong, wrong, wrong. It's a communication test. So there would be 2-3 types of questions. Mostly they would be asking you reading comprehension questions and would be asking you to deduce something from the reading comprehension, and those reading comprehension are called as inferential reading comprehension, not referential reading comprehension. So you can Google a little more about inferential versus referential reading comprehension. There's a huge amount of difference. Synonyms, antonyms based upon the reading comprehension. The second thing here, which is very, very important, is they would be playing like a short clip, like a 2 minutes clip for you. So unlike version test wherein you are supposed to speak, you are not supposed to speak. You are supposed to listen, and that's like an MCQ question. And it's like also a reading comprehension, but a reading comprehension wherein you have to listen something, right? And based upon that listening, you have to answer the same question that you would have answered in a reading comprehension. So for example, what is the author trying to say? What is the tone of the author? According to the author, what is the main reason for global warming? Or which are the things, except, well, basically a reading comprehension test, it's there, but some reading comprehension would be written so that you can see visually with your eyes. Some reading comprehension you have to listen, right? So there are two kinds of things. So as of now, we've gotten to know that it's kind of like a reading comprehension test only. However, we cannot guarantee. Maybe there would be a grammar test as well. So for example, wherein you would have to solve, fill in the blanks, correct the errors and all of those, right? But again, till now, we know that it's a reading comprehension test. We are still doing a lot of research. We are still trying, speaking to people in various companies from DoSelect and Hexaware, etc., etc. So we are trying to still gather information there, right? Then you would have your learning agility test. So now learning agility test is essentially, so my team would also pause and show you a few clips. The few concepts of learning agility. So there's change agility, there's learning agility, there's people agility. All of these things are there. So it's like again a behavioral test. You would have 60 minutes. But then the previous behavioral test was conducted on First Naukri. This one is going to be conducted on Metal. Alright. So again, 60, I think 60 questions, 60 minutes, or maybe 100 questions, 60 minutes. So it depends. Right. Again, it does not matter in a behavioral test that, it's never like that you did not find the time to clear the or time was too less. There's supposed to be too less time so that you can give your genuine instincts, right? Then again, technical interview. So now this is very important. Hexaware being a BFSI. So if you go and research a little more on the internet, any company that you apply to, you check that from where are their revenues coming. 82% of the revenue of Hexaware comes from US. And then next 10% comes from Europe. So this is very large in terms of TCS. TCS is more diverse. So like 30% from Europe, 20% from South America, 20% from Asia Pacific, 20% from Europe. So right. So a lot of things are there. A lot of revenue comes from America, that is Northern America, right? So that is important. So again, communication skills is very, very important in any of the interview. A lot of their revenue comes from BFSI segment, that is banking and financial sectors, that is banks, right? So in this case, a lot of people that they would be wanting would be from backend people. So backend people is because banking only happens in the backend, right? So Java, SQL and DBMS become very, very important for them, right? And again, front end as well. However, if in case of TCS, they're okay with you to have anything at all, right? Maybe if you just know C and C++, that is fine. But in this case, I personally would say that they would prefer a little Java more, because backend does not happen on C and C++ generally. Right, it only generally happens on Java, MySQL, Oracle, Python and all of these languages. Right, again, technical interview, so they'll give you a little brownie points if you have all of those things, right? But then again, your knowledge is more important. Again, software development life cycle. So again, if I'm to reiterate, basic questions about C, C++ and Java. Software development lifecycle, DBMS, very, very important for them, right? So this would be your syllabus for technical interview 1 and technical interview 2. And then finally your HR discussion, which would be based upon your, where do you see yourself after 5 years? A lot of puzzles also. So puzzles are asked a lot these days, and your interview would be on MS Teams, right? That is Microsoft Teams. So again, they would, rather than asking you, write this code, they would try to ask you more puzzles. So we'll also include the link of our puzzles dashboard as well, so that you can prepare for it, right? Then again, this is the whole pattern for Hexaware. I'd like to say that again, two things. We are not, as of now, we are not launching any Prime Video and Prime Mock courses. The reason being, we don't want to fool students. The trust of the student is the most paramount importance for us. We could have done the same thing with Goldman Sachs, but we did not. The reason being, again, we did not know anything about Goldman Sachs. We knew the pattern, but we had never seen, the kind of questions that they are going to ask. I know that a lot of companies have launched, their online courses and their mock test already. And if you go and check their website, the pattern is wrong. How could you trust all of those websites that, they have made video and the pattern is wrong? And then pattern is also copy pasted from Prep-Insta, right? Now, I'm sure that we are launching this new video. So, the new pattern will be known to all the people over the internet, to all the people over the other websites as well. So, but then again, for us at Prep-Insta, our ethical values are always money will come if you provide the best user experience. But if you break the trust of the user for money, it will never come back. The user will never come back. So we give user first approach here, which is why we are launching a free mock test for Hexaware, and it would be launched not today, maybe in the couple of days, but we will give it to you over the WhatsApp group. So please make sure that you join our WhatsApp group community. We share a lot of awesome resources. Again, I would really like to reiterate the same thing. Many a times our video come late. The reason being, we try to shoot videos like this. I want you to feel my presence. I want you to see the person who's speaking to you. I want you to understand my feelings rather than just sitting behind a few slides, right? So this is essentially our ethics there. We want to provide quality videos, which is why we always shoot quality videos, and which may take a little delay. So always make sure that you watch Prep-Insta first. And make sure that you do subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on all the social media handles: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Sorry, not Twitter. So you should follow us on LinkedIn. You should follow us on Telegram. You should follow us on Instagram. You should follow us on WhatsApp. So these are the 4 social media channels wherein we are active. A lot of off-campus drives are happening. We've already posted Google Drive yesterday. We posted Hexaware Drive a few days before, Cisco, Flipkart, many other drives. Right. So make sure that you are on there on our community so you don't miss anything. So thank you all of you guys. We'll launch a Prime Video course maybe later after the exam. So if you're watching this video after the exam, you can buy that. Right. So link again would be in the description of the video. So thank you again for watching this video. I hope that all our loyal audience would subscribe to our YouTube channel and also give a thumbs up for the best information and for the updated information and not giving you false information there. Thank you.